9:37.
Okay, giving us the thumbs up. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, it is Thursday, April 30th, 2020, the Westborough Design Review Board. And we are here today to talk about 1 Gleason Street in Westborough at the Transit-Oriented Village. So, Farouk, I think you're up.
Okay. Good morning, all. I had applied for a couple of things. One was to move the door from one side of the building to the other side of the building and put it in the garage. That, in the last meeting, was okay, and I went ahead and did it. So that was one item. And the other one was requesting the design review board to see if they'd be okay with the driveways being a little bit wider than initially proposed and approved in the plan. An engineer designed a plan for it as per your request, and we submitted that maybe a couple weeks ago. You can see the shaded area on that plan represents the request to extend that. That's basically optional, if somebody wants it. I also had wanted him to do an open space calculation to see how much of the open space would be disturbed. And if you see the little legend at the top right-hand corner, it makes a minuscule amount of difference. It went down by less than 1%. Still well within the guidelines. I think from 43 or something went down to like 42 point something. So that's basically it. And as far as the windows are concerned, I had withdrawn the request. That's not on the table. So.
Jim, just to let you know, I have the 3 pictures of the house, the bulkhead, and then I have all of those files that were shared in the email. So if you want me to pull any of those up to reference during the meeting, just let me know.
Yeah, if you could show, I assume the board would like to see the plan that Farouk is talking about. I know you want to take them one at a time, and I think you should. You should take up the door and take up the landscape removal for the driveway.
Right.
Do you wish to see, the board members, do you wish to see the plan for the driveway at this time?
I would like to see it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so Jim, which file was that?
So Farouk sent an email last week. Let's see.
Is it? All right, let me see.
It's a big plan.
The DOC, hold on.
That's the one. Yeah, the one in the middle.
Those were the 3.
No, those were the old ones. I think I sent you a brand new one.
Yeah, let me get that one. This one?
That's the commercial property.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
No, that's the commercial property. No.
Let's see.
I think it's the middle one, Kristen.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the old one, though. Yeah, okay. Yeah. For design review board, that's the one, yes.
All right. Let's make... What section should I be?
Okay, if you up it a little bit so that we can put the main picture in the middle of the screen.
Scroll down, Kristen.
Scroll down. Yeah. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, that should be adequate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you see those houses, we are only talking about the ones on the outside, which is the type C. They are the only ones that have those driveways. The rest of them don't. So, yeah, there you go. Okay. You see the shaded area? There are dark shaded area and lightly shaded area. The lightly is part of the original plan that was approved. And then the dark shaded area is the one that we had asked for if somebody wants to extend their driveway a little bit or expand it. That's basically it. And if you go back to the top corner, Kristen, yeah, pull it down, scroll it down, and then, yeah, and move it to, yeah. You see there's a little red handwriting, yeah. That is the impact of the expansion of the driveways on the open space. If you see that, the open space requirement by the zoning bylaws is 40%, and we have provided 43.5 in the original plan. If you go with letting the driveways to expand a little bit, it will only change from 43.5 to 42.3. Very small difference. So that's the only impact.
Kristen, enlarge that view. Okay, now pull the screen up. Other way, I'm sorry, down. There you go. So we're looking at the areas where the arrows are drawn to. And the other units on the other side of the common walkway, they don't have any garages. Their cars are stored in the car barns, which Kristen, if you cursor all the way to the left, yeah, there's two car barns.
Yes.
That's where their cars.
There's one on the right too, Jim.
There's one onto the front of the site, which is all the way to the right.
Yes. And then one in the middle.
Oh, yes, and there's one in the middle there. Thank you.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
With 4 each, so that's 16 spaces.
Right.
Plus, you've got the use of the outdoor parking lot at the commercial building.
Yes.
Where is the fourth garage?
All right, so there's this one in the front, and then this one, and then these two.
Plus the visitor spaces over to the left.
Yes.
So you got. So Kristen, could you scroll so I could see the one closest to the road? Everyone's picture is blocking it on my screen. There you go. Okay. And so that's off the main parking area, it looks like, right? That fourth one?
It's really not off the main parking area. It just happens to be a driveway that was built to connect to the garages so it make the U-turn. The one on the right-hand side is the main parking area.
Okay. And who are those parking spaces for there?
According to the decision, that's reserved for the commercial, but there are some also can be used by the residential. I would have to read that, to tell you exactly.
Okay.
And
those are going to be built exactly the way the plan was approved. It's already built, actually. So.
Yes, it's built.
So the driveway now accommodates a single car garage or not?
There's four cars in this car barn. Each car barn has four slots. So that's 16 vehicles indoors.
Right.
That's one of the garages.
It's the garage and the driveway for type C.
So you have a driveway that leads to a single car garage, right?
Correct.
So why didn't you plan on? What was your original plan? Why wasn't the driveway widened to begin with?
I don't know. I was not the original developer or the applicant for this. Somebody else was. I bought approved plans. Franz Reddy was the guy that came in front of the board. I bought the project from him.
So Dan, this was originally designed in the very beginning to have no garages, 0. There were just going to be car barns. Mr. Zaretti came to the board after the plan was approved and asked if he could add single car garages with a driveway, dedicated driveway, to half the units, because he said, if I sell to seniors, they're not going to want to make this walk with groceries or packages or anything they might carry. The board was sensitive to that and said, okay. So as you can see, the type C units on the upper portion of the slide all have their own individual garages. The ones below the common walkway do not, but there are 16 indoor garages for 9 units, 5, 10 units.
Yeah, it's approximately either 1 or 2 garages per unit that needs to be deeded out.
plus the outdoor parking spaces. So
Yes. That's open to everybody.
if you pull the plan to your right, pull it to your right so we can see the back of the site. I'm sorry.
Other direction.
Yeah. So the back of the site has the 2 car barns plus 8 more parking spaces.
Correct. I really don't think parking is the issue here. It's just the convenience of people pulling in and out of the garage. That's basically all there is to it. Plus, it does help in parking as well.
No, the issue is really green space, as far as I can see, quite frankly. It's there is minimal green space around these particular units as it is, and I think they were planned with only a smaller driveway just for the look of the whole project and to give more of a feeling that there was grassy area available. And quite frankly, I would be very much opposed to widening that driveway in any way.
I think my reaction is, the village was developed to encourage using the train station and the public transportation. And it doesn't appear like, we're losing a lot of grass, if you will, but, that was the whole concept behind this entire development is to minimize the use of the car and kind of dissuade people from having the 2 cars that live here. The lower units, the A and the B units, which I assume are on the lower part of this plan on the screen, they have to walk it's not far to their car barn, but there is additional parking. So if somebody in one of these C units, had a second car or a visitor, it doesn't seem like such a hardship that they would have to travel to these other parking areas. I don't know the implications of somebody taking a parking spot, full time forever while they own this unit. But again, in light of the concept of this development, I'm having a hard time saying okay to widening the driveway. That's my view. Anybody else have comments?
This is Dan. I agree with Mike. I think the whole point of this is to stay with the concept. We want people to use the train. The reason why you have a single driveway is because we only want 1 car there, and there's a garage there as well. So I mean, you're trying to make something there that's not supposed to be there.
Can someone just park their car in the garage and then their second car can be in the driveway?
Yes, that is the intent of it. But in order for somebody who is parked in the garage to get out, the other car would have to be moved out of the way.
Yeah.
But that's all. That's the only impetus that was there to help people. So if you expand the driveway by like maybe 4 feet or so, not even like 8 feet, they just kick the car to the side so the other car can slide by. That was my thought. But, whatever you guys feel is appropriate. I mean, that's all it was. Just to make it more convenient for the residents so that they don't have to get out and pull the car out of the driveway and then get the car out of the garage.
Yeah, I think I agree with the other board members. I'd rather see the green space stay, as much as it might be an inconvenience for those people who have 2 vehicle families. But I think that was not I'd like to stick with the original intent of the design.
Are there
Anybody
any?
else? Sorry, Heather, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and this was probably already discussed, and sorry if I missed that. Are there plans for trees or landscaping?
Yes. So the center of the site where the common walkway is through the middle, and there's a brick paved area for a clubhouse. There's a clubhouse attached to that barn. So the landscape, there's an aggressive landscape plan, which I sent to all the board members last week.
Okay.
It's labeled landscape plan. You can take a look at it.
Okay.
There are birch trees. There are flowering shrubs like rhododendrons. There are ornamental grasses. There are perennials. It's intended to have the front entrance to each one of these homes face onto this common landscaped area, so that if you were receiving guests, you could say, oh, just park in the back and walk along the walkway along the front of the houses. You'd be walking through a very nice garden area up to the front doors.
Through the chairman, the landscaping remains completely unchanged. It's going to be exactly the way it was designed and approved. So that's not up for discussion now.
Yeah, go a little bit more.
Yeah, right there.
There we go.
There we go. Yep.
So this is actually one of the units.
Yeah.
That's type B. You can see they have an outdoor patio, formally landscaped seating area, and then, whoops, there you go. And so then they have a front door, and I can't point to it, but Kristen, run your cursor to the top. It's clouded out. It's in black and white. It's not colored or shaded all the way to the top of the screen, and to your left as you look at the screen. That's your right. There you go. That's the front entrance. And you see they have a front porch on the right side. The front porch faces the common landscape area.
And then they have the patio also?
Yes, so you see where Kristen's cursor is? That's the patio and the stoop, the side doorway, which goes out onto the hardscape patio. And that patio has privacy because of the landscaping, so that you have a private side or rear yard.
Very nice.
Okay. Could you show us the landscaping plan like this for the C units?
Go down. Okay, which one is that? That's it. Is that C? Yes, that's C.
Okay. All right. I had a couple of questions. Michael, is that all right?
Yes, please.
Okay. When we talked about moving the door and putting in the bulkhead, you will note that the access to the patio was through that door, which he is now removing. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
So in other words, there's no access to that patio from the house if that door is taken away and the bulkhead is put there. So the use of the patio is going to be quite difficult for any owner of the property, because you'll have to come out the front door of the house, then walk around, and there'll have to be some walkway through that landscaping to the patio. So I had not, quite frankly, when we originally had looked at this plan, I don't think I'd taken the patio into consideration. And I now note, after driving out there, that the unit, which is colored yellow, he has removed the door already and put the bulkhead in. However, the unit which is closest to the front, to the, to the commercial building, so it's the first unit there, he has not removed the door, and there is a door there and a bulkhead.
That door, we left it framed because the building inspector asked us to leave it till the design review board makes a decision. that is supposed to be closed, okay?
All right. But my question to you is why you went ahead and put the bulkhead in and took the door out on Unit 9 when we had never voted on this?
No, I came in front of the board.
I was right here and we did not vote on this.
They gave me the okay to do it, so I
No,
did.
they didn't.
I thought that was my takeaway from that meeting, that it was okay to go ahead with it.
Michael, I don't believe we voted on this, did we?
So what I remember is that we had the building inspector there, I don't think Bill, and we talked about why we needed to move that door. The current door to the patio is too close to the main door of the house. And with any egress, you certainly want them further apart. So we decided to put it in the garage. I know at that last meeting, we talked about that door. We talked about the window on the second floor. And I do think we kind of said that we were okay with the principle of moving that door in light of what the building inspector had said. So I don't remember if we voted on it, but I know we were okay with the concept of moving that door, Hazel. That's what I remember.
Yeah, but according to the minutes, we never officially voted on it.
We did not vote on it, no.
No, because we asked for a landscaping plan to come back and show plans that were correct according to what we had been talking about.
Sure. I think, in light of looking at this plan today and the new door location and the absence of the stoop and the old door to the patio, I think landscaping is something we got to get our arms around and come up with a better idea of how to make the landscaping work with the new door locations, I guess is what I'm saying. And as you said, the bulkhead ends up, smack in the middle where this patio is also. Is that bulkhead where the old stoop was?
Close to it.
Close to it?
No, it wasn't that close to it. If you look, no, if you go and look at the one that's sitting where the door is still in, which is that first unit, if you drive into where the commercial space is, those are not that close together.
Can we hear from Bill? Bill Haslett?
Yes, Jim.
Bill, tell us the approximate difference between the bulkhead and the stoop.
Yeah, off the top of my head, it's got to be, I'd say 8 feet, just an approximation from memory, just from walking around out there and everything. But yeah, like I said before, the whole intent was just to add another door in the garage, not to remove a door or anything like that. And I understand now, seeing the conceptual design of the houses and everything with the patio, I see, how that stoop works.
So I have a question. So when these plans were approved, there was no bulkhead, and obviously we need a bulkhead. Mm-hmm. So I guess at that point we probably should have triggered some sort of flag or something to say, hey, we got to put something someplace.
So a little bit, I don't mean to interrupt you, Mike, but just as a point of information, if I could.
Please.
When these plans were approved, I think it was 2014, maybe. 15. Farouk, when did you buy the property?
I think you guys approved this in July, and I think I bought it soon thereafter.
Okay. When Mr. Zaretti brought the project to the town, there were no basements. So the design plans did not contemplate a bulkhead because there was no need for a bulkhead. Mr. Zaretti's plan was a true transit-oriented village. He planned these units on a slab, all facing a common green in the middle. They were designed for either empty nesters or young professionals that were going to ride the train. However, they were not prohibited from basements. When Farouk bought the property, he came to the planning board and they discussed basements. The planning board approved basements, but noted that the basement could not be built out as bedrooms. So we did not come back, or the or Farouk did not come back, or Mr. Zaretti did not come back to the planning board to have the design altered. We, at the time, figured we'd take it up when that time came. So the time should have been months ago. It wasn't addressed. And I have to say, I did not see the building plans and did not know, I don't see building permits. I don't see structural building permits. So I did not know that there was going to be a change with a bulkhead. Now I'm going to ask Bill a question. Bill, is there an alternate possibility for egress other than a bulkhead that would meet the building code?
Well, there could be a window well or something, but a bulkhead is kind of the chosen method compared to usually you use a window well in an existing basement. When you're in any type of room or living space down there, you don't have a secondary egress.
Can there be a stairway to the first floor or to the garage or something?
Yes. Problem with those garages there, well, it would have to be a structural change and design change in the house.
I mean,
to get something into the garage area. But it's possible. But to see the concept compared to the building plan, that wasn't any, at least forethought on our side when we saw, the print come through with the bulkhead there and everything. It's just common, but once you overlay the concept plan onto the building plan, now you see whether they don't correspond to each other and it interferes with the patio.
If patio is the concern, through the chairman, I can basically build the same patio a little bit closer to the front so they can walk down from the front of the house and sit on the patio. Or I can make the same patio by the garage door so they can walk through the garage and sit on the patio. People have that through their garages, the patio. So we will still maintain the integrity of it. Actually, that stoop and that door, quite frankly, every single person that looked at it thought it was in the wrong, it was just too close, two doors side by side, and it was taking away a wall space from inside. And people said, where would we hang our TV? Where would we do this? There's no place for that. So it just worked out better for them. But if patio is the concern, I can relocate the patio. Either right next to, move it forwards toward the front of the building so they can access it from their front porch, or put it towards where the garage is. So we don't have to eliminate the patio.
Okay, so I'm sorry, through the chairman, I need to speak up here. As a planner, when this development was approved, it was truly intended to be a transit-oriented village. The construction of the basements are a selling point for the developer only. It has changed the concept of the design of the village. I mean, we're talking about the patio. The patio now has to be moved, or the doors have to be reconfigured to use the patio, when if the original design was built, we would not have this issue. And that is my frustration, having something changed midstream when the basements were never contemplated. We can't stop him from building a basement. There needs to be a better solution. I mean, it's really, this is not a typical subdivision. This is not a subdivision on the western part of town. This is near the train station. It was designed to be different.
I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. To the chairman, if you read the decision, there is all it says is you cannot finish the basement to have an extra bedroom. So the basement was discussed. This is before I even the basement was always there. So go back and read the decision. It says that this can never be more than 2 bedrooms. That was a restriction placed, not that it cannot have a basement. So
that's the plan that you bought, Farouk. That's not the plan that was originally approved.
No, the plan I bought had the basements in it.
That's correct. I just said that. That's the plan that you bought.
Right. And if you have a basement by law or by the code, you have to have an outside egress. I mean, I really have no interest in putting those bulkheads if the building inspector says he's okay with it. But by code, I don't know how the original architect missed that.
So Farouk, you are not required to build a basement. That's your choice. The plan does not contemplate a basement. It's your choice.
No, I would say it is. The basement was there in the original decision. So why are we, saying that now? It was there.
So you need to come back and amend the plan, the entire plan.
No, it's in the decision. It's in the decision that the basements are there.
You need
I don't know where you got this from.
You need to amend this plan. That's why you're in front of the board right now. You're trying to amend this plan.
What? The only thing I'm amending here or asking for, which I've already gotten the okay, is to move that door. Nothing else is being amended. Nothing else is changed.
You're changing the whole plan here. When you decided to put that bulkhead in, you changed this plan. That's the problem. It's a major change in this plan. Like, I'm a builder. If I was approved something, I'm going to build that plan. If I have to change it, I've got to go back and get permission for it, or else I'm taking a huge risk. So putting the bulkhead, like, I'm looking at this. See, I didn't see this plan in our last meeting. I didn't know the severity of the change. I feel like I was almost misrepresented in the last meeting because I didn't realize how big of a change this was. Now that I see it, I mean, this patio is a major selling point, and now you have a bulkhead right smack in the middle of it. So that's my issue, is like, I know the process, because I've been in your position before. Like, as soon as you alter the plan or you plan on altering the plan, you got to get permission for that. And they're all done. These are precast bulkheads. They were done well in advance. When you poured that foundation, you knew you were putting a bulkhead in there because it's a precast bulkhead. So that goes in with the foundation.
Well, you have to have an outside egress, so that's why the bulkhead is there.
I understand why I understand that you need a bulkhead with a basement. What I don't understand is why you put it in the middle of the patio and didn't think that was going to be a problem for the rest of your plan.
No, that's not. No, no. I think there is a misunderstanding here now. The bulkhead is not in the middle of the patio. That's not how it happened. The bulkhead is clear of it. Okay.
Where in this plan? Where is the bulkhead? Is there a way you can put your cursor there?
Where there says C, there's a little C right here, side yard, and right next to it, right next to the bulkhead. Yeah, that's where the bulkhead is. So the bulkhead clears the patio. The plan is built exactly to the way it was spec'd out.
All right. So why did you take the door away and the stoop and everything? Why is that taken away? Why don't you just leave it?
We had a conversation with the building inspector at the time, and that door in the front was too close to becoming. See, every house has to have two egresses, and that door was being used as a second egress, the one with the stoop. And
I understand he needs I understand that. I'm well aware of that. But he's not going to object to more doors.
Correct.
Right.
The more doors, the better, as far as they're concerned. There's one more way out of the house if there's a fire.
That's right.
Well, it just was an extra. Two doors side by side is what everybody was complaining. Said, why do you need this door? So I said, okay, fine. I mean,
because it leads to your beautiful patio. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
We can put the patio back on.
So it's my mistake. I thought that the bulkhead was in the middle of this patio.
No, it's not. It clears it.
This. It's all the way to the right, so it's perfect. Put the patio in, put the door back, re-landscape around the bulkhead, and you got a solution.
Yeah. Because you can't put in a patio and then the resident, the owner, won't be able to enjoy it, and that's a huge selling point. So if they know that second door leads out to that beautiful patio, I think they'll be fine with it.
If you truly insist on that, but I'll tell you, all the people that have bought them, nobody wants that door there. They don't want that door there. They think it's just, and they're all sold anyways. So they did say we don't want the door. And
they want
no room there inside for them to hang a TV or put their furniture. It's all doors.
But how do they want to access their patio? Do they want to access their patio through the front door?
Yeah, they're fine with it. They said just move the patio to the front, and we will access it from the front when we do use it. They're not, and nothing changes. No landscaping changes, nothing, and everything is beautiful.
Did you show your buyers this plan?
Yes,
This plan.
Yes, this particular plan. They have seen it. The patio, the door was there, Jim. The stoop was there. The patio was there. I had already built it. It was changed. I didn't change anything on my own. But I put the bulkhead that cleared the patio. Nothing, interfered with each other. The thing was that the door was just in the wrong place. So everybody said, "Where are we going to hang our TV? Where are we going to put this?"
Okay, Farouk, hold on. The door is not in the wrong place. This is the original approval. This is
right.
It's the only approval you have. You don't have an approval for a bulkhead from the Design Review Board. Now you have the bulkhead because you have to have it for a second mean of egress.
Right.
Okay, we're only talking about this door. We're not talking about what your private conversations are with your buyers. We're talking about the integrity of the design and the integrity of the village. So if I was a homeowner and I had an option to be able to walk out with my dinner onto the patio or with my cocktail directly from the house, as opposed to having to walk out my front door with my cocktail or my dinner while all my neighbors sitting on their porch get to look at me walking out the door with my cocktail and my dinner, walking around to my side yard. That's pretty awkward when I had an opportunity to have a door that goes right onto the patio.
Jim, that's your point of view, but the people who bought them, they don't mind that at all. They are the ones who are living there, not us.
But see, they're buying an approved plan.
I know. I showed them that. It was built like that. And if patio is the only concern, I can accommodate the patio.
Okay, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not saying anymore. I'm done.
I'm just asking the board to give the people that a little bit better wall space inside, so they can come inside and I'll show it to you. I'll walk you through the unit. There's no place to put the TV. Either they're windows or doors.
So my summation here is, with the change in moving the door and the basement and the bulkhead, we have improved, I think, the inside of the house. But to Jim's point and others about accessing that patio, we haven't done service to the outside, which was important to the approval of the whole village. Again, is to also, the house is the landscape is part of the house as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, that bulkhead, had we known or had we had the opportunity to approve the placement, we certainly would have put it near the driveway or further down. Just eyeballing it, I don't think that bulkhead is near that C. I don't know, Kristen, if you have that picture handy, but it looks like it's more towards the patio to me.
Oh, I have. No, because the patio was already built. I had already built the patio.
Can we see an actual picture?
Yeah, you had a photo, Kristen.
I didn't see any patio.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
No, there's no patios.
There's no patio.
I don't remember. I was there the other day. I don't remember any patios.
No, I took it out.
Every house has a bulkhead, including number 9, which is basically finished. That has a bulkhead. So
Right.
when you said I already had it built, like you already had the door in, that would mean that you already had a door and a bulkhead, because the bulkhead goes in first.
Right. Kristen, wait, let me interrupt just a second. Would you go back that one picture you had on the side there?
The bulkhead.
The one that has the bulkhead.
Yeah.
No, not that one on the side.
Number 9.
Number 9. This picture.
Yes. This house
No,
had the door.
that's not number 9.
Yeah.
Kristen,
That is number 9.
all right. Number 9 is the yellow house, is it not?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. Would you show the side of the yellow house? That's not the yellow house. There. Now, would you show the side of that house? Thank you.
I guess they don't have a picture from that side.
Wait, go back to the picture you just had. That one. All right. Okay. Before I lose track of this, and I want to just point something out to the board quickly. The two windows upstairs are different sizes. And you can see that by looking at the clapboards. And you will note in looking at those, they were supposed to be the same size. Secondly, on the first floor, that is now shingled. On all the plans, it shows it's supposed to be clapboard. And also that window was supposed to be there were supposed to be two full-size windows. So I just want to point that out to the board before I lose track of that.
Okay. These windows are all taken off the plan that we submitted to the building department. We did not change any sizes.
They were not on any they were totally different from the plan you submitted to the design review board when we were here, 6 weeks ago. It does not show these windows as they are put into the building. And if everyone looks at their plans that we had, A4 and A5, and you look at that side view, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's check it out to make sure that, in fact, does anybody have a copy of that plan?
I do. A5, sheet A5.
Yep.
Left side elevation. They're both the same size, and it's a different grill pattern as well. It's a 2/2.
And you also notice that it's clapboard versus shingle.
Shingles? Oh, if you look at the plan that was given to me, the garage was shingles and the house was clapboard.
The plan that was given to you should have been the plan that was approved by the design review board.
That's why I copied that. The shingles are clapboard the same thing.
The plan you gave us at our last meeting shows those windows being the same size and also shows the clapboard versus the shingles. So I don't know why you're telling us now that you went ahead and had a different plan which you built to when this is the plan you gave to us.
The shingles were taken off the design review board plans that were approved. My architect may not have shown the shingles, but that area is shingle. I'll show you the plan if you would like. I mean, I wish I had. Hold on a minute. Let me go. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Is that the one? Yeah.
I got this from the file Jim sent me or Kristen sent me yesterday or today.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a little different. You know, the grids are different. Again, there's no call outs on this particular plan, but it looks like shingle around the garage block, if you will, that area.
Right. I was very methodical in picking things out, and I had there's the same price, you know. So.
Yeah, I think the shingle and clapboard is probably the least of the issue here. I don't know how you feel, Hazel. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My problem with this is that we're given plans to look at. I go out and look at the place. It does not look like the plans. And the fact, so consequently, you know, what can I think next? Who's approving what here? What's going on? I really feel very discouraged about how this is going. And things are just not being followed the way they're supposed to be. And we're not being informed of changes. Things are being done with people going ahead and doing things without getting the appropriate approvals. That's my frustration. But what's here is here and fine. But I will go back to the bulkhead. But as I said, I'm just feeling very frustrated with this whole thing.
Yep, duly noted, Hazel. I agree, and that window on the second floor is disconcerting. I know that we specifically talked about that at the last meeting, I believe.
Now, these are actually the window on the other side.
The other side?
Yeah, and I can't, you get plans and you look at them, and it says that they're going to do X, and somebody goes ahead and does Y, and then what's our recourse?
Why don't I meet with you on site with the plans? So we can make sure that we are all on the same page. The plans were all, the windows were all ordered off the plans. Bathroom windows have to be a little bit shorter for the privacy purposes. So maybe that's where it lost a couple of inches maybe. But I'll be more than happy to meet with you on site, and I'll bring a set of plans that I have submitted the last time, and we will compare it.
All right. And anyway, let's go back to the bulkhead. This is just, I'm sorry, I'm just very frustrated with this whole thing.
No, I'll take care of that, your concerns, 100%. All right, let's get to the bulkhead now.
So, Kristen, can you put up that landscaping plan again, please?
You're muted, Kristen.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to point out we're at 10:22. So in case this meeting drops us at 10:30, I have another meeting that I created to start at 10:30. So I would need to send everyone another email to start a new meeting up again. So just in case that happens, I want everybody to know what we're going to be doing. So if it drops, you'll get a new email with a new link and we'll have a new meeting.
Thank you.
All right. And then you wanted me to share
The last landscaping plan on unit type C, please.
Oh, okay. I have to share again. Do you see it?
We do not. Actually, Kristen, I'm sorry. Can you, before you do that, you had a photo of the bulkhead. I just wanted to look at that quickly. That one, yes. So I think we're looking at the bulkhead and the far green corner to the left in the photo. I think, is that the front of the house?
No, that's the back of the house, I think.
It's
Okay.
the back of a unit C house. Yep.
This is unit C we're looking at.
Yep.
Agreed. That's the one in question. So when I was there, I thought the bulkhead was further towards the front porch when I saw that. But again, I may have.
Let me have them send me a picture right now from the site.
Okay.
That would be great.
Okay.
So my concern is, again, as I said, I wish we had the opportunity to talk to you before the bulkheads were placed. We certainly would have put them, further, perhaps towards the garage or some other way away from the patio. But again, that didn't happen. And I think, Kristen, if you go to the landscape plan, as I get in my summation, we moved the door. I think we have a safer house with the two egresses away from each other. And yeah, I don't know what it looks like on the inside, and maybe there is more wall space. But I think the short of it is, we've done a disservice to the plan by not joining the landscape to the house. And that certainly was the intent of this design way back when it was improved. So I guess, I'll ask the board members to weigh in. Do we want to see a door, the stoop back in to the patio? Or is there some other landscaping plan that Farouk and his team could come up with that would satisfy our needs, that the patio is joined to the house in a useful manner?
Yes.
And along with that, we also need a door from the new garage egress. We need some sort of walkway to landscape or to asphalt or someplace to get people out of the house safely. So that side of the house shows plantings and trees and everything else, and that certainly has to change. So that part needs to be definitely addressed. And like I said, I really feel strongly that, we've got to come up with at least a landscaping plan to join these patios to the main house. It's quiet out there.
Yeah, I sent a picture, Jim, to you yesterday of the side of one of the houses, the first house there that showed where the bulkhead is. Is there any way to find that?
Let me see if it was shared with Kristen. If it was, she may be able to bring it up. The administrator of the meeting can share view.
Right. Because that's the one picture. I took that yesterday when I went out to the site. There's a, this is at the, the first house as you drive in on the Unit C. And both the bulkhead and the door are still in that building. And it might give people a good perspective of where things are.
You sent it yesterday, Hazel? That's
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm in my files. Let's see here.
I think I sent it to your phone.
Oh, you sent it to my phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one moment. Let me check that.
I think the challenge that Farouk is going to have is there's not a lot of options because these houses are compact. There's
right,
and there's one living area. So where are you going to put this patio that makes sense both on the inside and the outside? You know, it was really put in an optimal place originally, and I don't know. I can't really see a remedy right off the top of my head looking at the plan of where you're going to, how you're going to alter the plan.
Can I offer you a suggestion on that? Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. That patio can stay where it was shown. I can make a small little walkway connecting the front. So the patio is preserved, the landscaping is preserved, everything is preserved. Nothing changes. I can do that. And on the opposite side, where the garage door is, I don't think it's going to have any impact on the landscape. The landscaping can still be there. And it's just an exit door. And we don't have to put any patio there. It's just a step and you walk out.
Yeah, I don't think the garage door is a big deal.
Okay. But in the front, if you guys give me an opportunity, I'm just wanting to show you my due diligence that I'm not here to get into any arguments with anybody. Give me a chance. I'll show you how I would do the patio as an example on the house already built. Let me put the patio in. The patio was already in. I took it out. I can put it back in and then put a little walkway to connect the front and come and take a look at it.
Farouk, I think that's good. I would encourage you to do it on paper first, you know?
Okay, I'll do that on the paper first.
And Kristen, if you could do the landscape plan one more time.
Yeah, just make sure it's dimensional because I'm with Mike. I don't believe that bulkhead is where that letter C was. I feel like it's kind of where the door was when you look at the photo and where the windows are. It seems like it is in the patio, but you know
that's my assumption too, Dan. It's further up than we think. So just again, I'm not solving the problem here, but potentially, Farouk, you could put the front steps on the side of the front porch.
On the same side.
Move the front walk down so the front walk goes into where the patio is. Again, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not here to design it, but just a suggestion. You know, you could look at something that way. And I think that patio, because of the bulkhead, has got to move forward. So I don't have an answer for you, but that would be my summation.
I'm having my guy take a picture right now of the live patio and the bulkhead. The bulkhead was not in the patio. It had cleared it. So I'm just getting. He's over there on the site taking a picture, and I'll show you on my phone. So.
Awesome.
I just sent everyone to your email a copy of that picture that Hazel sent me.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yes, please, Bill.
I'm just looking at the concept landscape compared to the existing structures that are there. I'm just curious of how they overlay to each other, space-wise,
How so? You mean the location? Of
dimensionally, and
closer
everything with the
together than
landscaping and the patio and the houses. It's pretty tight over there, so I'm just looking at the concept and compared to how it's going to blend with what the existing structures are and how this concept looks, space-wise. I see all that landscaping.
I thought the same thing. I thought the houses were pretty close together for that.
And then you're going to start getting landscaping up close to a house possibly or something, and sometimes that doesn't create a good situation.
No, duly noted. Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't see your email yet, Jim.
I did send it.
I trust you.
I don't know how quickly things are moving. I know that the airways are pretty jammed since everybody's working at home.
That is the truth.
I got it. What are we looking at? What is which house is this? This is not.
That's the first house as you drive in on the right-hand side, the first C house.
And anybody that finds that picture, if they have that in their email, they can share it with the group just by putting your cursor on the bottom and clicking share, and then pick your screen, and it'll share whatever you have up on your screen if somebody gets it first.
Okay.
How do I do it? Because I've got it up on my screen right now in an email.
Okay, put your cursor towards the bottom of the Zoom meeting, and you should see share screen next to chat.
Where is it? Hold on. Okay, so I click on it.
Click on it.
Yeah.
And then.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's an.
See, that bulkhead that you see, that's the one on the existing unit.
Right, that's 9. This was a green. Oh, wait a minute. If I have it. Let me see.
You had the wrong one. Sorry, Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
this
then Jim,
photo
just click
shows it pretty far
stop
back.
share when you're done, and somebody else can share.
Okay.
Oh, God.
If you see that little electrical box there next to the double window, the door was towards the front of it. So the patio was not interfering with the bulkhead.
Yep. That's okay.
So the door was here where my cursor is?
Yes. It was very close to the front door, so that's where it moved, and then the patio was connected to it. I had it all built. I took it all out. I can build it back up. So the bulkhead does not. I don't know about the other 3 units. I don't know the exact location of their bulkheads. I would say it's going to be pretty much the same because it's the same plan.
So again, just looking at this photo, it does appear that bulkhead's far enough back. So, again, we could, you could put the door and the stoop back in, and we got our access to the patio.
Yeah, but again, the 2 doors side by side from inside makes no sense,
Okay, well then I guess you could show us another alternative to a landscape, a house plan on how to get people to the landscape. I don't know.
I'll do that.
How does the board feel about that?
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yep, I
We'll
would.
see an option,
Yeah.
Okay. Todd, you good with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think we need that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have at least some sort of decision that Farouk's going to provide another landscape plan to us that'll get access to this patio. So we're going to look at that. So the second thing would be the windows, right? Is that where we are? Windows is our other concern?
The windows, I withdrew that. I didn't change the windows.
Yeah, but I would just like an answer to the windows on the other side of the house.
Okay. I would love to meet with you on site. I think it'll be a lot easier.
I would like an answer as to why the plan which you gave us shows windows of one size, and the windows which are on that yellow house on the side by the garage are a different size.
Okay. I'm not there. I'll measure it and I'll let you know.
I'm looking at it. It's obvious to me they're a different size.
Jim, do you want to stop sharing on your end, and I'll pull that back up?
Okay.
Just click where it says share screen. There should be like a stop share.
Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Yep, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
We go.
So now you want me to go back to, is this what you're talking about, Hazel?
Yeah.
I guess my question, as much as anything, is to Bill. If someone could, if you could look at the plans which are in the building department for this unit, because the plans which were given to us by Luke at our last meeting showed this window the same size as this window, and this window the same size as this window. And I would just like someone from the building department to find out what plans were used to build this. That's my question. Because
No, definitely. I can check on that for you.
yeah, you see this window, I mean, I'm looking at, I was able to count the clapboards. So these two windows are different sizes.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Right. These two windows are different sizes.
Yes, they are.
Okay. So on the original plans, which we have, they show differently. And I just would like an explanation as to why it was built this way when the plans that we seem to have had, which were originally approved, did not show the windows in this size. So that's all my question.
I just, again, this is the approved photo, and it has different windows and different grids. So I don't know if this is the plan or what was approved or.
Oh, that's my, I don't either.
Okay, so how do we want to address the window issues? Do we want to do a site visit or what's our, or where are we with that? Sorry.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Let me get together with the building inspector and resolve the window things based on the plan we submitted. And then he will go ahead and inform you. And then if you still want to meet me on site, I'll be more than happy to meet you.
So, Farouk, again, when we look at this photo, there's no question the windows are different sizes.
Yes, one is a bathroom window. You cannot have a bathroom window too low. But the private, it's by code. It's got to be a certain size. That's why the right-hand side where you see the light through, that's a bathroom.
Okay. Yeah. So again, that's fine. But I think if you wanted to make a change, it has to go in front of this board to approve it, or it has to look like the plan. And the same thing in the garage, the lower level, where the shingle siding is. Why are those two windows different sizes?
Because the one where the arrow is right now on the screen, or maybe just my screen, that's the bathroom. Can't have a big window in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, but why were the plans that we were presented showing full-size windows there? That's what I can't.
I'm going to check with Bill, okay, to see what plans. I don't have those plans in front of me, but I will have them resolved in no time. I can pull up the plans, but and to check it out. But I will have to do it on this screen. I think the windows were exactly the way the plan showed. That's what they got ordered. So we ordered the windows from the plan.
I just want to mention at the last meeting, when we were talking about the windows, there was discussion that it was in a closet.
That's the opposite side.
And the solution that we offered was plantation shutters could be installed so that the homeowners, they had no use for the window, but aesthetically from the outside, we wanted it to look the same. So was it a closet in a bathroom?
No, that was a separate closet in the hallway. It's a closet there, but I'm going to put those plantation shutters. I agreed to it, so that will be done.
I don't recall talking about the bathroom windows, so I only remember talking about the closet windows.
Correct.
No, this is something new that Hazel saw in a drive-by. This is a whole different subject.
Right. She has seen the units that are being built. So if there are any window differences, we can fix it. Those units are not complete yet at all. The siding is not even on.
What I'm looking at though is the yellow house, which has the shingles on the bottom, which, as I said, were different, plus the windows. That's a completed unit, which I think you're looking for a CO on, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I would just like some confirmation as to what plans are being used to build these units, because obviously it's different from the plans that we have in front of us, or that I have in front of me.
See, there are two sets of plans. One we submitted for the building department, and one is showing the aesthetics. Those
when you overlay them, do they overlay correctly? Like, that's why I'm a little confused. Like, you have a window schedule in building plans. Is the window schedule that was approved in the design review board? Because I don't understand why there's confusion with the windows. They should all be the same windows, and both building inspector and the design review approved the same schedule of windows.
No, she's talking about the shingles. So I was referring to that.
I'm talking about both things.
Okay, but the shingles is resolved to your satisfaction, right? That's what was shown for us to do, and we did that.
It's not shown on the plan that you gave to us in the March meeting. So I would just like the building department to
That's the building plan. Those are not the aesthetics
going on. Well, then why didn't you give us the plans that were what you built?
No, I'm building what you approved.
So, Jim, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jim, your normal course is, when any building that this board approves is finished, is it you that does the walkthrough and checks everything off and says, yes, this is what was approved? And
it is. So right now, Farouk, every one of your units beyond the two that I've signed off on, I'm not signing off on the occupancy permit. I'm telling you right now, we need one set of plans that's approved by the design review board. If they already have a set that's approved, you can build that and get your occupancies, or if you want changes, those got to be approved by the design review board, because I'm going to look at the approved plans. If you install a window that's wrong, I'm not signing off on the occupancy permit. You may think it's a small thing, but I'm not approving something for an occupancy permit that wasn't approved by the design review board.
Well, at least
period.
This is the only one that's subject to this conversation. The other unit that is two, that is not even, there are no changes to that at all. But
I'll find out when I go out there.
Well, these units, I've already agreed to having them move in next week. If there are any changes that needs to be made as a result of a you and I'd do it. But I don't think you'll find any changes other than the patio. So,
Farouk, 4 and 9, we agreed to let those go.
Correct.
Okay. Anyone moving forward, whether you've got foundation poured or not, whether you've got the siding on, windows, clapboards, or shakes, if it's not on the approved set of plans that I have in my file, I am not signing off on it.
I agree with you 100%. I'll be more than happy to satisfy you on that. Thank you.
Okay, so this unit here is signed off on. Is that what we got?
This is number 9, correct? This is number 9.
Yes. Number 2, number 4, and number 9.
Okay, so those horses have left the barn, right?
Yeah.
Jim, is that right?
It is, yes.
Okay. So the other units, C's, A's, B's, Q's, all of them need to look like the approved drawings.
Okay.
These C units, we want a new landscaping plan, or we want or put the stoop back in, or some means for the occupants to be able to use the patio.
Okay. I'll have that submitted.
Correct?
Would you allow me a week or so to submit it?
Sure, take whatever time you need.
No, I want to get this done and over with.
So,
Okay.
Michael, I sent the whole board a motion that reflects that. Take a look at your email. You all received a motion that I just typed up.
Okay.
Kristen has it too.
Okay.
Everybody got it?
Did you send the email?
You're right. I have one question. Your conversation about the fact that I don't think we as a design review board have seen the plans for the actual building of the units, which Mr. Ansari thinks he's building. And I don't know whether that should be part of this motion or a separate motion, or whether we need a motion on that. Michael, do you understand what I'm saying?
So there's the landscape, and then there's the other units.
Okay.
So the other units, we're questioning, are they built per the approved plans, the elevations? So what we're saying is the other units will not be signed off on unless they look like the approved plans, or if there is a change and Farouk wants to propose those to us for the elevations. So again, the other units, if the windows are changed, they gotta be changed to look like the approved plan, or he's got to come in front of us with a new proposal for different windows or siding or whatever, wherever else might be.
Fine.
That sound fair and accurate?
Yeah, that's fine. It's probably two separate motions, but I just would like something on the record that I think the design review board, as we are made up now, have not actually seen the plans, which maybe were approved by the preceding board and are the ones that are filed in the building department. I mean, there seems to be a lot of difference between the sets of plans that are floating around.
I agree. And just looking at the C units, the approved plan looks much different than the plan that was submitted to the building department. Again, all subtleties, the windows, the sizes, the grids, everything else. So again, I think, the mechanism is in place now with Jim's approval before the CO on the other units, that they need to look like the approved plans. Okay.
Sure.
So I don't argue going forward, Hazel. We got to have a better system. And Bill, I'm sure we'll be working with your department too, just to make sure that we have a clearer approval process. So when the approved plans, go through, you guys are matching up our approved plan with the proposed construction drawings. They don't always look exactly the same.
When I used to work, doing building, a lot of times I had to have a set of plans with me, with the building inspector, and we would walk we'd do a frame check. I'd have to have, part of my job was have the plans in front of me, because I had to show that I built what was on the plans.
Right.
So that's what we have to do. We have to walk with the plans. We have to walk the site and make sure what's on the plans is what we're seeing.
So if I could,
a lot of it's done.
So thank you, Dan. That's a great comment. And during the pre-construction meeting for this project, the point was made by the town engineer and myself that the people on the site needed to have a copy of the approved plans in their truck at all times. This included everything from the site plan to the utilities to the building plans. And Farouk, that point was made multiple times. And also, you have an approved set of plans. I sent them to you last week and again on the 27th, which was Monday of this week, so that you know what the original approved plans looked like. At the start of that file, it has multiple pages, but in the first 4 or 5 pages is the letter from the Design Review Board to the building commissioner, noting the plans that were approved, called out by name, date, title. And those are the plans that are included in the mailing that I sent you. So the ones that we looked at today for the patio with the stoop and the landscape plan, those are the ones that were approved. So you do have a set of approved plans. If those are going to be modified and changes made going forward, then those will be the ones we modify.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we feel good about our responsibilities going forward on the other units. And so now we want to make a motion on this, on the landscaping. Has all the members read Jim's motion here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other discussion they want to bring up?
Somebody needs to make the motion in a second before discussion.
I will make the motion. I move that the project developer, Mr. Ansari, shall return to the Design Review Board with a landscape plan to address the landscape patio, where the side access stoop is removed and a bulkhead is provided to allow access from the unit basements. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Hazel. All in favor?
Let me just ask one question quickly. I know you have to do a roll call on this, by the way, because of the Zoom meeting. But secondly, is there any prohibition as far as him continuing with any building? I mean, my concern is that, things may continue forward and, they didn't come back with this landscaping plan, but things will have moved forward. So I'm a little concerned about the construction moving forward on these particular units till we resolve this problem.
Well, I mean, I'm for, if you want to expedite this with these meetings, it's fine with me, because I understand you're going to have a construction schedule that you're going to want to stick to, but that would be as fast as you can move. I would say we can speed up the process if necessary, but any construction that's done after this, is going to be risky if something doesn't get approved, or you're making a change and you're building it before we approve it. So it's really on Mr. Farouk.
Yeah, can I answer your question through the chairman?
Yeah.
I'm going to work on this landscaping plan very, very quickly and diligently to get it to Jim, so that the construction doesn't get delayed. We will not get anywhere near building the patios for the next units for at least maybe a month and a half to 2. But I'm talking another week or so before I come in front of you with the new plan for the landscape.
Question.
Yes, Jim.
So thank you, Farouk. If your landscape plan should also include addressing the stoop that's there. So do you propose to keep the stoop and just add the bulkhead? Do you propose to eliminate the stoop and only have the bulkhead? If you do, what's the plan for access to the patio? All those things should be addressed. So don't just send us plans, send us a narrative that explains your concept as well. Also, you have type A and type B units. They are going to have a patio as well. How are you going to address that?
Those are not changed. Nothing is changing on them. So.
Okay, well, note that then in your
I will do that.
those are not changing.
I will do that.
Okay, so then Bill knows. So when Bill goes out there, he says, okay, I have a plan that shows unit A type, unit B type. There are no changes. So I'm expecting a stoop and a patio.
Where in where it's shown plan B, right? So type B.
A and B, correct.
No, A already has it. Yeah, it's already up there. So.
Okay.
All right, and we're going to look at, and as far as the windows go, how's that going to be resolved? Bill, are you going to go out and look at the plans and see where the changes are on that?
Yes. I I got the file for Type C that was approved and sent out. The whole initial thing with moving forward with the Type C units was to frame the door in and just build over it. So if anything went either way, it was an easy fix. I did email Kristen the Type C unit and everything. So I don't know if she's gotten that email. It was kind of large to send that print.
Right.
Okay. So I'll just have to verify with her that she received it.
We'll be happy to meet with you, Bill, anytime you want on site.
Okay. Yeah, like when I saw this initial design review set of prints, and like I said, the whole scope of things down at Village Commons was drastically changed from what I had initially envisioned, I should say. Now I see the whole package. And I did have one question about AZEC trim, if I may.
Yes, please, Bill.
Were the house supposed to be trimmed out completely in AZEC trim?
I would have to look at the specs again, but
Okay.
I have the approved plans, and
Okay.
I'll take a look for it, Bill.
Okay.
I think Jim had sent out the approved package that was signed off by the design review board for all these houses, the type A, B, and C. So Jim, was Bill on that email? That
Yes, I do. I forwarded that to both him and Fred yesterday.
Mhm.
yeah. So Bill, so is there not AZAC or why?
It's a mix. A lot of the fascia is metal bent.
Okay.
It's just brake metal.
Mhm.
Then there's also some areas which are AZEC. I was just trying to figure out the consistency, if it was supposed to be completely AZEC or if it was a mix.
Yeah. So Farouk, as we said, the plans, the houses do need to match up to what was specified and approved in the original documents.
They will.
Okay.
Bill, one of the things I really would like checked is, quite frankly, I don't know how the clapboards got changed to shingles on those garages. Quite frankly, I don't think it looks very well from a design point of view. And I just wonder how that happened between the original plan and the way it now was built on that unit number 9, because I never saw anything to do with shingles.
With the shingles compared to clapboard?
Well, the cedar impressions are, I think they were our number 2 siding that was approved. I think it was
Yes.
Hardy Backer
This is
was
Hardy board.
number 1, and cedar impressions was a number 2.
Right.
But that isn't what shows on the plans that we got, those A4 and A5 plans. So that's why I wondered why there was a change from 2017 when these plans were done. And then it says, you see, the plans that were given us show the residents that were, and it's dated 4/01/20, and it shows clapboards and not shingles. And as I said, I just would like an explanation of why these changes have come about and the windows. So, I'm going to leave that in Bill's hands to see what plans are on file in the building department compared to the plans we were given.
I'm looking at the artistic representation of the Type C unit, and it does show, at least on the cover page of a Type C unit, it is a shingle style siding on the lower garage area and clapboard on the main house. Let me see if there's any elevations.
That's what I see as well, Bill. Again,
Okay.
on the original
Yes,
approved.
that's
it
correct.
had shingles.
Yes.
I built them exactly the way it was approved.
Yeah, but the windows are different. The grids are different.
But
Everything's-
I'll meet with Bill on that.
Okay.
And I just want to remind you that we still need to take the roll call for that motion that was made and seconded.
Okay, so forgive me, roll call. I'll just, we've got,
If you
Todd?
could,
just
Yes.
go by member.
Yep.
And I'm asking them to vote. Is that correct, Kristen?
Yes,
Yeah.
they each vote individually.
A or
All right.
nay.
All right, make sure I don't forget anybody yet. Todd,
Yay.
Heather,
Yay.
Dan,
Yay.
Hazel,
Yep.
am I forgetting anybody? Me?
Yourself.
Yay.
All right, so that's 5-0.
Okay.
Okay, thank
So
you.
unanimous. All right, so Baruch, do you want to get back with Jim and Kristen on when you'd like us to meet again via Zoom?
Yes, I'll get through to you. I'll get it to you through Jim. I'll be in touch with Jim with the landscaping plan, and then we'll ask you to review it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I guess that's good. And so we're done with this hearing. And do we have any other business to take care of, Jim or Kristen?
So I'm assuming the driveways are turned down?
Ah,
Oh,
well, I guess,
better make a motion on that.
yeah.
I'll make a motion to deny the request to expand the driveways.
I'll second.
Okay, we'll vote again. Todd,
Yay.
yay or nay? Nay. Nay?
Yay. Yay.
Yay, yay to
Yes.
deny it. Okay, Heather,
Yes to deny it.
Dan,
Nay. Deny it.
Hazel,
Yes to deny it.
and myself, yes to deny.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we got it all? We're good?
And
Yeah.
then the only other thing would be the minutes. I don't know if anybody had a chance to review the minutes from our last meeting, if we're able to approve those or not.
I had no questions.
I was fine with it.
I am fine as well. So we'll go through again. Todd?
Does somebody
yay.
want to make the motion?
Oh,
I'll make a
I'll make
motion
the
to
motion
approve.
that we approve the minutes,
I'll
Um,
second it.
our meeting March 12th.
I'll
Todd,
second it. And yay.
second it and vote yes.
Yes.
Heather,
Yay.
Dan,
Yay.
Hazel,
Yes.
and yay for me as well.
Okay.
Hey, Bill, when do you think you want to meet there while you're here?
I'll be in town Friday morning.
Okay.
That's
You want to call
you know.
Shammy and arrange it?
Yeah. I'll talk with Shammy and I'll hook up with him.
And I'll work on the landscaping plan. Thank you.
Excellent.
Are you finished?
Great. I think we're good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody stay safe out there.
Yes.
And we'll talk.
Thank you.
Thank you to
Okay.
everybody.
Take care.
And, thank you to Kristen for setting up this meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Excellent
you.
job,
Thank
Kristen.
Great.
Bye-bye.
It works very well. We may never have to meet in person.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye.